Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you so very much for joining me in video number 10 of the 13 video series in how to sell on Amazon FBA. Once again, my name is Kurt Buchanan and I do want to thank you so very much for joining me in this video. In this video in particular, I want to talk to you guys about best practices for listing your FBA products. Alright, so let's not waste any more time and get straight into the presentation. So best practices for listing your FBA product is that you use tools to save time by automating listings when you have bulk or similar similar items to list. Alright, so bulk tools are available to you only if you're a professional seller. Once again, so as you can see, Amazon doesn't really offer much to individual sellers. So all the tools and the resources, all the cool tips and all the cool tricks that Amazon offers are available to professional sellers only. You can use third-party listing tools, but they're usually not free to use. So the bulk listing tools in Amazon, the native tools, are free. Well, not free, they come included with your professional package. But if you want to use third-party tools, then you'll have to pay for a good third-party tool. Best practice for listing FBA products is that you need to learn how to do keyword research and how to use the right keywords to get traffic to your listings. Right? This is true for almost any online business. You do need to have some knowledge of keywords and SEO and keyword research in order to be successful. You can be successful without knowing SEO or knowing a lot about keywords, but the more knowledge you do have about keywords is the better opportunity that you will have to succeed in your online business. Keyword research is not difficult, it's pretty simple. You just need to take a little bit of time, maybe an hour or two, to get the basic understanding of how keyword research works. Alright, so you can use the Google keyword tool, which is free if you have a Google account, or you could pay for some more premium tools like Keyword Keg, which is really good, or you can use Keyword Tool IO, which has a native Amazon keyword segment in their software. Those are premium tools that you have to pay to use. Then you also have Merchant Words, which is a software which is a little bit expensive. I think it starts at like $30 a month, and it goes all the way up to like a couple of $1,000s per month, depending on your level and what you're trying to do. But at this point, for you beginners, I do suggest that you stick to good keyword planner. You can also use the Keyword Tool IO and Keyword Keg for free, so you can get some free information using those tools as well. That will be good enough for creating good listings on Amazon. The next best practice as it relates to listing your products, your FBA products, is that you do not repeat keywords in your titles, right? I've seen where a lot of persons waste valuable real estate, valuable space in the title area repeating keywords. Once the keyword is there, most search algorithms are set up to identify the keyword once. If the keyword is there twice, the best that can happen is that you lose ranking based on that by trying to trick the search algorithm. So ensure that you don't waste valuable space and you don't violate any search terms or search queries by trying to keyword stuff your titles by putting keywords more than once. You need to use competitors' keywords. So what this means is that if you're selling a watch and I'm selling the identical watch, right, and you see that my watch is selling 5,000 pieces a day, right, and you are not selling any, and we have the same price and same exact everything, then what you probably need to do is to start looking into the keywords that I'm using in my listings and in my description, and then you can go ahead and borrow some keywords. I'm not going to say steal. You can go ahead and borrow some of those particular keywords that I'm using to try and optimize your listing as well, because what that means is that the persons who are searching for that particular watch are searching for the keywords that I am using and not the ones that you are using. So go ahead and use competitors' keywords to optimize your listings from time to time. Alright. Next best practice as it relates to listing your FBA products is to try to win the buy box. Right? Approximately 80% of all sales on Amazon are made through the buy box. Right? So if you're not sure what the buy box is the box on a product detail page, where the customer can begin the purchase process by adding the item to the shopping cart. So when you go to Amazon and you type in a product, and to the right of the screen on Amazon you see where that little box pops up that says add to cart. That's what the buy box is. And in order for you to get the buy box, most of the time it's you have to have the lowest price including shipping. You have to try to be unique with your product, right? So if we're selling the same product, maybe what you can try and do is to bundle your products, or to offer a different variation, add something to your product to differentiate it, in order to generate some traction on your particular product. What you also need to do to try and win the buy box is to be detailed and complete with your product description information, right? So keywords can go into your description as well, which will also help to optimize your listing. But you need to give people information about the product that you're selling, good information, valuable information that is true, right? That will try and convince them to buy your product, right? So if your listings are not optimized properly, then you're going to struggle to get the buy box and eventually make any sales. Alright, so let me explain a little bit more about being detailed and complete with your product description information. You need to accurately describe your product. You need to practice using good keyword density. Alright, so your keyword density needs to be 1% or less. Some persons may say 2%. I say 1% or less. Anything over that will spark some alarm in the search algorithm, right? So it will come across as keyword stuffing. So you don't want to have too many keywords in your description, right? So be optimal with your keywords, a keyword density of 1%. What that means is if it's 100 words, no more than one word should have the keyword that you're trying to rank for. So that's 1% keyword density. If it's 1,000 words, then no more than 10 words should be your keyword that you're trying to rank for. So that's how you calculate keyword density. You also need to provide all the information that you can about the product and be meticulous. Alright, so the more information I have about buying a product, is the better my buying decision will be, and I will be more inclined to go ahead and make the purchase. If I'm still having unanswered questions in my mind about a product, I'm not going to buy the product, and that's exactly how the customers are thinking. So be as meticulous as you can and give as much information about the product as you can. The next thing that you should do in order to optimize your listings for your FBA products is that you should use large, high quality images that are within Amazon's guidelines. You can go ahead and Google what the Amazon image guidelines are, and just ensure that you follow those guidelines. Buyers will usually skip over listings if the image of poor quality that are below acceptable, basically. So if I'm buying something from Amazon, when I'm buying something from Amazon, if the image is not of good quality, I start to perceive that particular seller as someone who is not serious, or someone who probably doesn't know what they're doing, and who knows, maybe even trying to run some form of scam. So I'll ensure that your image quality is good. This will be perceived as a professional page, a professional listing, as someone who knows what they are doing. So good quality images will definitely help your sales to increase. Next is that you want to consider ways to increase your price, right, and profits, as opposed to lowering your prices, right? So the first reaction for most Amazon sellers when they face competition from another seller selling this exact item, when they reduce their prices, is that they try to undercut them again, and it becomes a price war. So instead of doing that, what you can actually do is to do what I said earlier in the video, is to actually bundle or do multi-packs. So what you can do, if you can do bundling, right, and find a cheap item and then mark that item up at a higher rate than the original item that you're trying to sell, then bundle these items, right, and sell it at the exact value of the two items at the regular price, then you would be making the margin that you have always wanted to make, right? And the customer will see value in getting two items for the price of one. So consider bundling items, right, and pricing tactfully, in order for you to gain a competitive edge with your Amazon listing. Alright, so this is a tactic that you can use to mask price increase, alright, and to offer more perceived value to your customers. So consider that. Alright, so I hope those best practices will help you to actually optimize your FBA listings so you can make more sales when you actually start listing your products on Amazon. So thanks so very much for watching this video once again. If you haven't subscribed just yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. In the next video, what I'm going to be showing you guys is that I'm going to be talking to you about preparing your items for shipping. Alright, this is for shipping from you to the Amazon warehouse, and we'll touch a little bit on preparing your item so that when they get to the Amazon warehouse, they're in good enough condition that Amazon will need to do very little in order to ship it out to customers as well. So stay tuned for that video, and once again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel just yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video, video number 11.